welcome back to Visions. I'm Mirella Rich. If you've just joined us, we're here with Anita Monk, who is a producer of a new TV series on Melbourne called Rockdown, which is a music program. Welcome back to the program. Now, on this Rockdown, you get artists from overseas as well. How does that work?
I haven't got them to interview, which is a bit of a shame, but maybe one day they might.
Yeah.
But I have got contacts at record companies, and I find out through a lot of Googling who has got new material out. They also send me lists of who they've got. So then I'll look through and I say, well, you know, he was great. It might be Willie Nelson, or it might be Paul McCartney, or John Fogerty, or the Eagles, who everybody knows have had #1 single again. James Taylor, who's got a fantastic CD, DVD set. Then I get them to send me the clips, and so I can play those people as well. So the whole show is all about people from the 60s and 70s era and what they're playing now. I don't play covers. I do a little bit of covers, because there are some people playing around town who are with bands from the 60s and 70s, but they're not specifically playing new original material. They are playing cover bands. For those the people who don't know, a cover band is playing other people's songs.
Yeah.
So they're playing around in bands like the Substitutes, MLC, Ronnie Charles and the Retro Bandits, and I'm sure there are others, but I don't know about them.
And do you have to pay them to send their clips down, or is it all free?
The record company, you have to pay a small fee if you're paying an overseas artist to play their film clip.
Wow, so...
But there's a band that were around in the, I can't remember around the same era, called the Atlantics, who were an Australian band who now live in Queensland, and they had a single called, but I've forgotten it. It was on the tip of my tongue. Great song. It was such a big song that it went all around the world, because it sounded like an American band. They were Australian band. So they're still playing, and they sent me a new film clip of a new song that I'll be playing on Rockdown too.
Oh, that's good. I mean, once the word gets out, everybody tells everybody, because everyone wants to be a part of it.
Yes, they do.
What does your role involve as being the producer? Because you also produced a children's show prior to this one.
Well, yes. Minnie Monkey was my first show, Channel 31, because I believed that children could learn health and safety from a children's character that's about the same age. So came around Minnie Monkey, and being a songwriter myself, I wrote all the songs, and then I thought I'll set up a studio. So my friend Matthew, who's the sound man on this, helped me set up a little studio in my little Austin 7 garage, and I made all these little sets, and I just filmed this whole section, 13 episodes of Minnie Monkey teaching children in their own language about health and safety, the environment. It all sounds very heavy, doesn't it?
No,
how to not be
good.
scared. I had a friend, and I wrote little stories, and he illustrated the stories, and all these went on this little show. So then after that had finished, I thought, well, if I can do that, I can do a music show, because I'm a musician. So I thought, well, I'm going to do this, and that involves ringing people and sending out emails and trying to get musicians all in the one place at the one time, which can be hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it very time consuming, would you say? Yeah, to organise it all?
Yes, it is. I need glasses for sitting and staring at my computer at the Googling.
Do you do the editing as well, or have you got someone else to do that?
I do the main editing, and then Matthew does the final editing.
Oh, okay.
He just does all the good things on top. I put in, because our interviews can go for a long time, because you never know when you may need those interviews again.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just chop them down to the required time. But I've got so much extra stuff in there that, you know, if I need to do a special on something, I can do it.
Yeah,
yes.
That's good. And when's it on? When's the show on?
It's on Saturday nights at 9 o'clock on Channel 31.
The station you are now watching.
Yes. And hopefully very soon everybody will be able to watch it.
Yeah.
Yes, fingers crossed.
And put in requests. Have you filmed a lot of shows already, or do you just film one at a time?
No, I do about 3 at a time.
Yeah.
I'm just lining up at the moment some extra people. I've got John Swan coming in, Swanee. I've lined up Dutch Tilders, who is an icon of a fantastic guitarist, has been around forever in Melbourne. Trying to get John Paul Young, but he's very hard, because he's doing the show in Melbourne and then he goes back up to Sydney.
Yeah.
So it's just getting them in the right times, because he's got a new CD. Now, who knew about that? Yeah. Not us. So, you know, there's a lot of people with a lot of great stuff. People like Brian Cadd. What a great... He's been around forever. He's got a great new CD. I've heard it.
Where's he now?
He lives in Sydney.
Oh, okay.
But he comes down every now and again, so I'll email him and say, I'm doing a taping on, and he'll go, I'm down the next week, and I go, oh, okay.
And what would you say your vision for the future is, and the future for your show?
I would just love, Mike Rudd's show was on last week, and before that, I was on Triple R and did a bit of a thing, and played his new song Rocket Girl, which another Channel 31 program had done the film clip was, which is fantastic. And people went to Mike Rudd's show, which was on the next day, more people, and people asked for Rocket Girl. I just get such a thrill out of that. It's not even my band, and I'm going, oh, isn't that wonderful?
You're promoting it.
Yeah, it's so great. I'd just love more people to come on. I'd love to be able to interview overseas artists if they came to Melbourne. I'd love to them to hear about it and say, wow. I'd love to get a film clip from Olivia Newton-John, who released a CD last year, and as far as I know, it wasn't being released in Australia. I'd love to be able to get something from her. I'd love people to go to my website, which is rockdown.com, find all the links to these people and go and buy their CDs.
Yeah.
Because they are, I'm not going to say better than what's around now, but they're better than what's around now.
And so also you're playing still now, aren't you? You go to RSL clubs and play, and you write your own music and do cover bands.
Yeah, I do a RSL circuit in a duo called Reflections with Ramon, who is a fantastic singer from the Philippines and is so funny. And I have a couple of songs that I play that I wrote.
Yeah.
I play in a band called Fleetwood to the Max, and I'm the Christina McVie, Miss Boring. And I do a Karen Carpenter tribute because I love Karen Carpenter. She was just wonderful. So I just do that's a morning melodies thing. So I keep my hand in.
That's great. And are these regular gigs that you have?
Oh, pretty much so. Yeah. I work almost every weekend, and some mornings and some funny times, but the more the better.
Yeah, and they even flew you to Tasmania, didn't they?
They did. Played at the casino, Launceston Casino, 3 years in a row.
Yeah, that's a pretty good rap.
Yes. Once a year, that's fine by me.
Well, we've run out of time, speaking of raps. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
That's all right. I've really enjoyed it, thank you.
Me too.
Yeah.
You've been watching Visions. I'm Mirella Rich, and our guest was Anita Monk. See you again soon.